sing song.
We're already streaming.
It's the Proview Rundown. Thank you for joining. I'm Adam Diehl. A happy Monday to you, sports fan. Also, streaming live on YouTube. Get on your phone if you don't have Comcast 26, and we are live every day. We go over all the best action right here in high school sports and everything that Proview Sports Network covers. Monster week. We've got NMAA state championships that we're going to talk about here in a little bit with wrestling and swimming and diving, and we'll show you where you could watch all that action. But it's the last week in district play on both girls and boys basketball side, and so there's so many scenarios that can change the bracket. So a lot in front of us, obviously, to go over. We've got highlights from this weekend and a lot more, but first, it's the Dave & Buster Top 10 Plays of the Week.
Sebastian says it's smashed up.
Woo! Right now with the top 10 plays of the week. We're going to work on that. Jay Pohl's going to do his thing. We still do have a lot of highlights for you and more. So come on back. Keep it right here on the Proview Rundown.
Spinning off it, alley-oop, Weaver, I don't know how. Afraid of getting a charge, maybe. Right. Carpenter all the way. Oh, that.
Oh, look at Arroyo send it away. They had Fisher open. Baseline, and Jordan Arroyo says, not tonight, not in my house.
Nice job by Curley.
Oh, Arroyo sent it away. Third block of the night for Jordan.
Jalen Munt underneath. Nice pass to Weaver.
Traditionally, we see him in the purple and white of Manzano. That's why I was a little skeptical at first, kind of picking him out there with the naked eye. The gun is up. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't blink or you might miss it. They're off and running. Bird is good. In front.
It's going to be close. It looks like Jordan Bird wins.
Jordan Bird does it with a 6.88. That is good.
The ball right now. Dish back. Weaver, put it down.
Top 10 plays of the week by Dave Buster. Good job by Jason Poole in the back getting it done and making sure we get that up. How about Tyreek Weaver with a couple of great jams? And our man Jordan Bird in the Great Southwest winning the 60. We got a highlight of that here in just a little bit. Let's go over some highlights, and we're going to start on the girls' side of things. And a big matchup between Volcano Vista and Cibola on Friday night. Now, Volcano Vista had won the first one. This was a couple of weeks ago, and it was at Volcano Vista in overtime. They come from behind to win, and so here we go. Cavi Brown all the way for the Cougars, and they're on top early. Mancha, she had such a big game. Splash, that just inside the arc. Kick to the outside, that's good. Volcano Vista with a nice start to the game. And Cibola, now everyone knows they've struggled with injuries. Warming up, by the way, in tonight's game, as you see Mancha go deep again, was Amaya Brown. Also, Corbin Cunningham warmed up. Now, this was just putting the jerseys on, warming up, non-contact. They have not been released yet. Straight away, Caviana Brown, good. So 17-13 early, Volcano Vista building on their lead. More, Mancha, give me another. Touched every piece of that iron. (27-20) splash, good on the elbow. 28-25 now as we're in the third quarter. The jumper, and it's a one-point game. Volcano Vista, how'd they answer? Just let Mancha do her thing. Straight away, bang, bang, bang. Good to go. Buckets, buckets, buckets. Again, straight away. Volcano hitting from beyond the arc. Cibola, they hang around for a little bit in the third quarter. Turnaround, spin, window high, good on the left hand. 41-34. Mancha, triple. That's her fourth one of the game. And then the Hawks starting to put it away. End of the third quarter on the inside, window and good, double figure lead, 52-38. Cibola trying to claw back, fourth quarter, let's go. Too much of this though. On the low block. Big win for Lisa Villarreal. You see the New Mexico High School coaches moment of the game. Lisa Villarreal making sure her team understands where they're at. They're on top by 12. Mancha, the dish, underneath. You can't ride it any better than that. Hawks have a chance to take first.
Mancha, 23 points, 4 3-pointers, countless assists, rebounds. You did it all. Melissa, congratulations on a good victory. What were the keys to your success tonight?
Push the ball. I mean, we play good team ball whenever we're actually connected and focused. So focus is a huge one. I know just getting the team involved. I mean, it's now a one-player team, so we definitely we take full advantage of our girls. I mean, we're all full of great. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, let me just tell you. Well, you're absolutely right. You had 3 people in double figures.
Yeah.
Chinchilli had 17,
Yep.
And then another one of your athletes, the name escapes me, had 14. So really, you guys shared the ball well, passed it well. You guys were able to control Caviana Brown, and the result was, you guys just played good, smart basketball, and got a victory.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly, you said it yourself, is control. We had to control this game in order to win it.
So where does that leave you in district? I believe you
that's
guys are in second place behind Rio Rancho. Is that correct?
If not tied. No, yeah, because this is mixed. Yeah.
So you got one more game with them, and that it's all about seeding at this point.
Yes, sir.
How do you prepare for them, and how do you do it to get the W?
Hey, it doesn't matter what team it is. We just got to prepare for it, regardless of their record. If they're 15-0 or 0-15, it doesn't matter. We can't take advantage of any team.
I've been watching Coach Villarreal for a long time. I love watching her coach.
Yeah.
She always gets the most out of her athletes, and she does the same with you guys. You know what? Congratulations. This is Melissa Mancha, the trampoline player of the game, excuse me. Congratulations, and I'll see you here in another game.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Player of the game twice for us this year. What a monster senior year she has, and she is the leader of that team. So it's a big win for Volcano. They still have a chance to win, by the way, District 6. Or District 1. Don't ever count out the defending state champs and Lisa Rillial. I'm going to bring up Josh Brown. Now, Josh Brown, you were there. Now, props to you because you got this game up with your cell phone. Like, you used a hotspot on your cell phone because internet wasn't going well in Cibola. So congratulations. That's well done.
Thank you. Gotta love technology.
I really don't want to talk to you about the game, though. What I want to talk to you about is everybody wants to see our new bracketology, but it hangs on you. Are you going to be able to get it done before the show is over?
I'm diligently working. I was working on it, but I had to take a break to come do this segment with you. Pull and push with Jason Poole.
Okay.
Back to work.
Josh Brown, we're holding you accountable. We want a boys bracketology before this show is over. In the meantime, Jason Poole, how about we go through some more highlights, and we'll keep it in the same rivalry. Cibola taking on the Volcano Vista Hawks. Now, remember, Volcano won at Cibola on the boys' side. The Hawks have lost 2 straight in district play coming into this game, while Cibola just lost to Cleveland High School. And let's get to it. Carpenter right where he left off, buckets. And then how about Cameron Dixon, buckets. Triple from the outside. Dixon was lights out first half. 10-8, Cormier in the one-on-one. Smooch, window, good. Pull up 15-footer, that good too. So 13-12 on the inside. Jelante Gray gives Volcano their first lead. Short-lived. Zach Baca finish on the inside. It's good. Dixon, splash, splash, splash. Dixon, give me another. Triples all over the place. Even a pull-up 17-footer's good. Dixon on fire. Let's go to the second half, third quarter. Diehl, he'll hit that after a Carpenter bucket. Jelante Gray, it's good. We're tied all of a sudden, 27-27. And then the scoop by Baca's good after the free throw line. So tied again, 29-29. Twining and dining Zambrano. And Zambrano didn't have any points until the third quarter. And then, well, this is what Zambrano did. Splash, give me another one. Pickpocket, check this out. Carpenter's going to go all the way right. No, look at the dish. Window good for Zambrano. Cibola starting to pull away here. Baca, window, yes. 39-31. Battle hits his first three-pointer of the game, the freshman. On the inside, Cormier, then Parmenter going to finish, and it's back to a three-point game until Zambrano goes bang in the corner. His third triple of the half. Cormier all the way and one. Can't hit the free throw, though. That's Mike Murphy who gets one. Here's Battle and one. No, excuse me, Battle going to get the bucket. Carpenter, so big. He had 14 points. He had 6 assists. He was so big time. Cormier not done yet. Volcano hits the three. And then the three by Diehl. That's good. Back to a three-point game. Finish him off. Easy bucket for Murphy. Cibola with the win. Guess what? Cougars, they're 4-3 in district play. What does that mean? That means they're in sole possession of second place. Volcanoes lost 3 straight, and they have slid back now, even behind Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho's won 3 straight on the other end, and Rio Rancho's going to take on Cibola. Rio Rancho beats Cibola. They're going to finish second in the district. Cleveland has clinched the district because of that win by Cibola. They are district outright champs, regardless of what happens with their game against Volcano Vista later this week. Rio Rancho is playing for about a 4 to 5 seed differential if they can beat Cibola. Cibola also trying to get a home game and assure that they're a top 7 seed, I think. We'll show you bracketology when we return. Some more highlights and a lot more right here on the ProView Rundown.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Now there's an easier way to find deals at great New Mexico restaurants. DineNM.com. Just use your smartphone. Go to the site, download the app. No purchase or printer necessary. DineNM.com. The easiest way to save money when dining out.
Gonstead Physical Medicine are healthcare professionals that create custom treatment plans for those diagnosed with spinal ligament injuries. We use chiropractic systems to ensure the best patient outcomes, functional rehab exercises designed to improve the quality of daily activities, trigger point injections that help alleviate pain and spasms, non-surgical spinal decompression to minimize any disc bulges, and massage therapy for painful conditions and relaxation.
Does your provider have the therapies to address your problem? We do.
Contact us for a complimentary consultation.
ProView Rundown back at it. Adam Diehl on a Monday, going over all the best from the weekend and what's forward. Big week. Always a big week. This one's going to mean a lot, though. We're going to go over it with Bracketology. My man, Josh Brown, came through, so we've got a graphic for you. We'll go over here in just a second. More highlights, though. Albuquerque High School taking on West Mesa on the boys' side at West Mesa. Now, remember, West Mesa came from behind and beat Albuquerque High at Albuquerque High a couple of weeks ago, which has really made a mess of things because of the NMAA rule. You can't be seated with somebody who's finished below you in district play, regardless of what they did before district. Cunningham down low, it's good. Look at the start, Albuquerque up 7-0 until bang, triple from the outside. That's good. West Mesa trying to get some things going. It took them a while, but end of the first quarter, 8-6 the steal, and this is really a turning point. Cantoa, nice pass as Castillo finishes. Let's go to quarter number 2, 10-8. Castillo all the way, yes. Block on the inside, quick outlet. Jai Douglas. And I don't know how Castillo gets this off. Blocked. Was it saved? Yes. 26-10. Look, 18-point lead. Bulldogs playing like we know. 15-point lead. Outside, Medina, freshman. That's a freshman. Here's the steal. Castillo out in front. Jai Douglas. And one. It's a tough jumper by Medina. Minute to play and 1 third quarter. And West Mesa going to try to make their way back in this one. Jai Douglas, a little Euro step. Give me that. End of the third, 14-point lead. Medina, a.k.a. Steph Curry range, hits it. All of a sudden, 7-point lead. Corner 3, yes. It's all the way down to a 4-point lead. 6-point game. And one. West Mesa able to get back into it, but couldn't close it out. So Albuquerque, huge win. What has that done? Albuquerque's now drawn themselves with West Mesa, and it puts them over West Mesa. They can be seated above West Mesa is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to show you that bracketology in just a second. One more highlight, though. Let's give our man some credit. A friend of the show also, Jordan Bird. Great Southwest.
That's why I was a little skeptical at first, kind of picking him out there with the naked eye. The gun is up. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't blink or you might miss it. They're off and running.
Bird
is
good.
in front.
It's going to be close. It looks like Jordan Bird wins.
Jordan Bird, he does it with a 6.88. That is good.
Jordan Burt gets it done. The real JB, not Josh Brown in the back. Jordan Bird does not disappoint, fellas. So without further ado, though, let's get to this boys bracketology that we have now. We'll have another one for you tomorrow, and things are going to get different because Max Prep rankings are going to change. But a lot of things shifted this week, and I'll tell you something that was interesting. Santa Fe goes and beats Clovis. Sandia, believe it or not, they lose to La Cueva, and they're still not out of it. They just have to win and let Clovis lose, and Sandia can maybe grab that 16 seed. We'll see. But Oñate for now stays number one. Now, I say for now. Let's pretend Oñate loses to Las Cruces, a game live on Proview Sports Network tomorrow, and loses to Hobbs. Hobbs could win the district, and Oñate might be pushed back. So there's still some of that. But for now, this is how it resides. Atrisco Heritage has been bumped back because Rio Rancho, they win. Rio Rancho does their job, and so Rio Rancho now, all of a sudden, you see as they move up on the line to a 7 seed. Cibola is a 6 seed. Rio Rancho can get all the way to a 5 potentially if they can pass Cibola. So we'll have to wait and see. Carlsbad gets a win against Las Cruces but stays at 11. Cleveland's jumped up to a 2. Potentially could jump to a 1 if Oñate messes up this week in their last 2 games. Really difficult games. Valley's at a 12. You see would play Las Cruces, who have to be seeded after right now, at least, Hobbs. We'll find out how it goes. Santa Fe holds on to the 13 seed, and La Cueva, now I'll tell you, La Cueva could also continue to slide up. If Santa Fe loses to El Dorado and La Cueva could win both their games this week, they could even slide up in the bracket and be seated above Santa Fe to the 13th spot. We'll have to wait and find out. Volcano Vista, they're going the wrong direction right now. And West Mesa, with their loss, they're going to be pushed back to a 15 seed as Valley and Albuquerque High can finally be seated above them. Yes, it changes. Every day it's going to change. It's probably going to change tomorrow depending on what the Max Prep rankings say. Biggest games this week, you have to know, Oñate Las Cruces here on Proview Sports Network. Cibola Rio Rancho here on Proview Sports Network. And also La Cueva and El Dorado. Those 3 games are going to sculpt this bracket more than anything, and then maybe potentially West Mesa and Valley. Oh, by the way, that game's here on Proview Sports Network. We'll give you the entire schedule in just a moment when we return. Don't forget, Seating and Selection Show. It's next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, 8 p.m. The NMA switched it to 8 p.m. We will have it live. First release of all seats, classifications, boys and girls, A through 6A. It's right here, 8 p.m., February the 26th. Don't forget, it's brought to you by Hotel Cascada and Car Crafters. A lot of fun out in front of us. Come on back, more to cover here on the Rundown.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Now there's an easier way to find deals at great New Mexico restaurants. DineNM.com. Just use your smartphone. Go to the site, download the app. No purchase or printer necessary. DineNM.com. The easiest way to save money when dining out.
Gonstead Physical Medicine are healthcare professionals that create custom treatment plans for those diagnosed with spinal ligament injuries. We use chiropractic systems to ensure the best patient outcomes, functional rehab exercises designed to improve the quality of daily activities, trigger point injections that help alleviate pain and spasms, non-surgical spinal decompression to minimize any disc bulges, and massage therapy for painful conditions and relaxation.
Does your provider have the therapies to address your problem? We do.
Contact us for a complimentary consultation.
Going to go over some matchups here in just a second, and also district standings. Interesting, we just showed you the boys bracketology, and we're going to have boys and girls again for you tomorrow. So many games that could really sculpt what the bracket's going to look like, at least what we can project the bracket's going to look like this week. What's awesome is we've got them for you here on Proview Sports Network, starting with some mega matchups, and the first one is going to be tomorrow night with Oñate and Las Cruces. Back to that in just a moment, but let's show you some district standings. Oh, Jay's got it in front of you. So tomorrow night, Las Cruces and Oñate. Yes, it's our first regular season game down south here on Proview Sports Network. How much fun is this going to be? Saul Perez going to take on William Benjamin, and these two are going to go at it. The last time they played was at Oñate. It was a 2-point game and a last-second finish as Oñate won it. I'll tell you this is big. The Knights, if they lose and Hobbs beats the Knights on Friday, guess what? Hobbs wins the district. If the Knights can win this game, then most likely they could at least share the district title and get that 1 seed. So a lot on the line. Las Cruces, a little bit more has to happen. Hobbs has to lose to Carlsbad, and Las Cruces has to win this game for them to try to win the district. But still, so much in front. It should be such a big matchup. Also Tuesday night, we've got other games for you. We've got Manal taking on Jemez Valley this Tuesday night, streaming live. Manal playing really good. Lost at Magdalena by 3 at the very end. Very good Manal team. We know that here locally. Also, we've got girls for you. La Cueva is going to host El Dorado High School. La Cueva is already pretty much sewn up District 2, unless barring a crazy collapse. A loss here you could see, but they would have to lose again for El Dorado to even tie them because Sandia beat El Dorado. Wednesday night, we've got La Cueva El Dorado boys. Now, La Cueva boys side, they're really fighting for a higher seed. A win would do them a lot. They could pass Santa Fe, and they could jump up in the seeding and selection process. It's a big game. We'll have it for you. Also, Valley taking on West Mesa. West Mesa, they can still mess some things up. If they can beat Valley and Albuquerque, say, loses to Atrisco this week, they can finish in front of Valley and Atrisco still and really mess up seeding and selection. Big game on Wednesday. Also Thursday, I told you, Rio Rancho currently, we think they're a 7 seed. They can fly up to a 5 or potentially even a 4 seed with a win against Cibola. I still think they'll get a home game regardless. Cibola currently in second place in the district with their win over Volcano Vista. Friday night action for you. Volcano Vista at Cleveland. Volcano Vista really needs to win. If they want to take second and mess up Cibola and Rio Rancho, they've got to win, and then it comes down to tie-breaking scenarios. But Cleveland's already sewn up the district. We'll have it for you Friday. Swimming and diving, we're going to have that for you Friday all day long. The prelims starting at 8 a.m., and then we've got swimming finals Saturday for you starting at 8 a.m. all day. It's streamed live through the NFHS network. You can find the links live on ProviewNetworks.com or go to the NFHSnetwork.com. And then, of course, wrestling finals, 4 p.m. projected start time, A through 4A. We'll have 5A and also 6A for you. Wrestling finals again starting at 4 p.m. All separate links. We'll have them for you at Proview Sports Network. So a ton of fun. Also this week, guess what? We'll talk about it more. Lobo Baseball, Proview Sports Network broadcasting it live through the Mountain West Network and then re-aired here on Proview Sports Network. So a lot of fun that we've got in front of you. New bracketology tomorrow thanks to the crew. I'm Adam Diehl. We'll see you.